Hey guys, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I feel like is a bit long awaited. I've been meaning to film my review of Sword and Shield for ages and I don't know, I just haven't gotten around to it, and somehow it's already February. It's been nearly 3 months since the game has been released, so here we are anyways. But yeah, I hope you still wish to see this and you want to hear my opinions on the games that came out all the way back in November now. Like, yeah, I can't believe it's already been like nearly 3 months and Animal Crossing's out next month. But yes, before I get on some massive tangents, so Sword and Shield. Okay, so I'm trying to collect all my thoughts because I have quite a lot that I want to say about these games, and in some aspect I'm quite happy I didn't do a review like the week after or something. One, because everybody was probably talking about it, and two, it's given me a long time to like really sit and think about how I feel about these games and not just be like, it's Pokemon, it's the best thing ever in the world, like this game's like 10 out of 10 perfect, you know, must buy. No, I have not all like bad things, but I just have a lot of opinions and things I want to like get out and see what you guys think about the games as well. So firstly I'm going to talk about the good things and the things that I enjoyed, as I think we should always start off on a good note. I find reviews quite hard to do, to be honest. Like, sometimes I'm not very good at like collecting my thoughts, and then I kind of hate being not necessarily like negative, but I don't want to come off as some like YouTuber moaning about some games. I just, you know, I like to keep this space like a happy and positive place, but I think it's also good to realise that, you know, companies you love and, you know, you've kind of like grown up with, you know, they don't get everything right, and that is okay. So firstly, what I did enjoy, when actually leading up to the release of the games, I was very excited. Like, we hadn't really seen much about what was gonna be actually in the games. Like, obviously we'd seen some new Pokemon, but there was a lot of stuff that was still like unspoiled, thankfully, which really excited me, and I really liked that. I'm glad that they didn't reveal every Pokemon before the games came out. I think that was a good thing, and I really hope Game Freak and Nintendo kind of keep that sort of thing moving forward, especially with the DLC, which I'm gonna briefly talk about once I have done my sort of review. So yeah, leading up to the game's release, I was really excited, and then it got like a week before, and because a bunch of like sort of influencers and stuff, I hate that word, but yeah, and gamers and stuff, they all kind of got their like copies early to make the reviews, which is all obviously a thing that always happens. Slowly some negative things were coming through the cracks, and it didn't all seem to be as amazing as maybe we'd all thought it would be, and I was trying not to let it like dampen my spirits, and I was like, no, I'm gonna like go in with this, like, when I play it, I'm not gonna listen to what anyone else has said. I'm gonna base it purely on what my kind of like feelings are when I play it, and I'm glad that I did that, because when I first got it, me and Stephen, like, yeah, we both loved it. We put in like hours and hours for like the first week. Every day I was playing for like 5-6 hours every day, and you know, throughout the whole game I did enjoy playing it. Like, at first I found like the wild area and all that stuff, I found that to be like very immersive, and I had a lot of fun like cycling about, doing raids and stuff like that, and it was a totally new thing, obviously, so it was like the shiny new thing in the Pokemon game, and that was kind of like the biggest sort of main attraction in the game. So obviously that was kind of like everybody's sort of favourite thing was the wild areas and the raids, and I spent a lot of time sort of deviating from the main story. It took me ages to finish. I don't think I finished it for like a couple of weeks actually. I didn't really want to rush through it, to be honest. If you wanted to rush, not rush, but like if you wanted just to get it over with ASAP, you could probably finish it in like 10 hours, but it took me like a good 20 something, I think, just because I kept like doing other stuff, which I thought was like a good thing in MMO. It is a good thing. And going on to the story itself, it's not okay. I hope and I would like to think most of you guys have played it by now, so I'm really sorry that I'll probably go, not story spoilers, but there are going to be spoilers here, so just a forewarning. If you haven't gotten around to playing them yet, then maybe come back and watch this once you've played the games, but I would like to think most of you have played it by now. So yeah, the story itself, there wasn't really one. It was a bit weird. It was very vague and wishy-washy, and obviously you don't nobody really plays a Pokemon game for the story, but not gonna lie, it was the worst story of every Pokemon game I've played. Ultra Sun and Moon had a way better story than whatever this was with Sword and Shield. Like, I can't even tell you what it was about. It was just weird, and it kind of went all over the place. And then there was that weird post-game story, and I was just like, what is this? It was a bit funny, and I think a lot of people say, like, I didn't really care for the story. It's pretty forgettable, and like, it's just there, I think, because it had to sort of like be there. And I really hope that's something that they improve on, like the next Pokemon Switch game, which actually I hope is due for remakes. But yeah, so that was a bit crap, and I like sort of not dampened my spirits, but that kind of made me enjoy the game a bit less going forward when I was actually playing like the main storyline. For things like the new Pokemon and stuff like that, oh, like 10 out of 10. Like, I adore so many of the new Pokemon. Like, I think they are like great and like incredible. I'm loving the Galarian forms. I really like the art style of the game. It's very pretty. The music was really nice, although there was a lot of times you would go to a town and you'd see all these really nice buildings and you're just like, oh, can I go in here? No, I can't. I think it's Hammerlock, like the big sort of like almost sort of like Scottish based town with all like the big castles and stuff like that. There was like a really nice sort of like courtyard bit, and like you couldn't even go in there. I was just like, what is the point of this? A lot of it was for like decoration, which I thought was a bit sad. So a lot of the towns weren't very, they were like drawn nicely, but they weren't actually very fleshed out, and there wasn't really much to do, which after the first time you go there it gets a bit boring, to be completely honest. And there was a lot of like little things that they probably could put in there, but I know they just didn't. And that's probably one of the main kind of like problems, but things that really sort of brings the game down a bit and your gameplay experience is, yeah, there's just you come to a point when you finish the game where you're just like, I don't really know what to do now. I mean, there's like the battle tower, but I've been there, done that 100 times. It's not really my thing. I don't necessarily play a Pokemon game purely for battling. Yes, there are raids and stuff, but like, again, that quickly can get quite boring. It's just, I don't know, it just feels a lot emptier compared to other Pokemon games. And I don't know. Honestly, I've not touched it in probably about a month or so. Maybe because I've now got other stuff to play. I just don't have an interest to pick it up right now. I don't really have a purpose for it. I'm kind of just waiting for like the DLC and things like that. Oh yeah, I suppose we just sort of transitioned into the stuff that I didn't really enjoy so much. I'm probably gonna go back and forth because, like, yeah, I'm bad at this whole like review thing. This is me just kind of like spilling my thoughts out about the game. Another thing that people really hated, me kind of included, is the EXP show. You cannot turn that off. I don't really get why. I don't see why it would have been such a problem to be like, just give us the option to turn it off. A lot of people had an issue with this and it's a bit weird. But yeah, I do like the Pokemon camp. I think that's very cute, and I'm glad there's kind of like a cooking thing going on there. I think that was really a really nice extra feature. I just kind of wish there was something like contests that you could do, to be honest, as well. I really miss that being in the games. Again, it just makes it feel like, it's just my main thing, it just feels really weird and empty. And once you've like finished the game, you're like, oh yeah, I don't really know what to do now. It's kind of it, yeah. Maybe this is why they did that, so then you would have to buy the DLC because you're just bored of it. I don't know Game Freak's thought on that, but hey ho. Another thing that bothered a lot of people, and kind of me included, was like the graphics. Yes, some towns are very like, it's absolutely stunning, and then there are some things like, we got up to a tree in the wild area. I know so many other people have talked about this, and you're like, what is going on here? And you sort of get used to like the trees being crappy, and it's kind of a joke at this point, but like, I really don't know what is going on there. Some things you look at far away and then you come close and you're like, that's really bad. And I really wish they'd sort of taken the time out to make that a little prettier so it wasn't so dodgy. But yeah, I hate to be the person that picks apart a game's graphics like pixel by pixel. I mean, saying that, compared to like AC fans, we're like, oh my god, a tree, like this is incredible. But yeah, I mean, the thing is though, I don't want to say hardcore Pokemon player, but I've played every single game. I've grown up with this, so like I think for a new fan coming in, or like a younger child, I think it's a great game to start with. Like, it's really cute and like fun, and like I did have a lot of fun playing it, but it kind of just left me like wanting more afterwards, and I just felt like stuff was missing from it. And like I was very happy that things like gym battles and things came back into it, like the whole gym thing and the like gym stadiums. That was great. It gave you like a really different sort of like immersive like playstyle, and it really felt like you were in it. Felt like you were in a gym. And when it got to the league, not gonna lie, it was not easy, but like I kind of wish a lot of the trainers were a bit more leveled up, especially your rival. Every time I was just way over leveled past him. I was like, why can't he just be a bit harder? And then it got to the league, and then you battled the champion. I was like, hold on a sec, this is actually hard. So that was a bit weird as well, and I kind of wish that was a bit more even when you're playing through the game. But yeah, obviously I am a Pokemon fan who has grown up with the game, so I'm going to be a lot more critical than say other people, and for me it just wasn't quite there compared to other games. It just didn't really resonate with me the same. It's not as long as it's not as long as other Pokemon games. Yeah, the story just was a bit non-existent. Obviously the new features like Gigantamax thing, that's great. Like I really enjoyed that. Obviously it's not perfect as like a battle mechanic, but I'm not too into like criticizing that. I used to play competitively, but not really so much now. So yeah, like I don't wish to completely like slag this game off by any means. I did have fun playing it, but I'm not really gonna go back and play hundreds of hours. That being said, the DLC is obviously coming out very soon, so I am actually quite excited for that. When I watched the trailer in the direct, I was like, this does look good, and I am hyped for it. There are lots of new like Galarian forms and stuff. A lot of old Pokemon are being added in the game. No, they're not stuck behind a paywall. You can get them anyway, regardless if you buy the DLC or not. So yeah, I am very excited for that. I'm excited to explore the new areas, because like yeah, I just wanted like more areas to explore. There was like, I don't know if there was like a lack of routes, but like there was less exploration, and that's one thing I like about Pokemon games, is being able to explore all the routes. And just doing that, like for me, that is something I really enjoy when playing a Pokemon game. There was like a whole like new snowy area, and like snowy areas are like my favorite. So I am really excited for that, and I have a lot of high hopes. I hope it's really good. I hope we don't find out too much before they come out, because I would like to go in like fully surprised. So I don't think they're going to show us too much. The first expansion pack is out in June, so it's February. 4 months to go. It gives us plenty of time to play other games before then. So yeah, I mean, right now I really don't have a desire to really pick it up. I mean, they're adding extra Pokemon in like raids and stuff, so I might do that occasionally, but other than that, I'm like, I might shiny hunt, but I'm not like a hardcore breeder and stuff like that. So for me, it's not the best Pokemon game. I would give it like a 3 out of 5, I think. But honestly, if you want to play a Pokemon game, I would say play like Gen 4. Obviously, I'm always going to say Gen 4. Or just any other game than this. I mean, it being on Switch, obviously it seemed a lot more exciting, and like I did have high hopes for it, and I am a little disappointed, but you know, that's gaming. Sometimes, you know, games aren't going to be fully as you hope that they would be, and that is okay. I haven't completely lost faith in a Game Freak. Gatsu, can you get away from my slippers, please? Here's what, Gatsu, I can see you in the mirror there. So yeah, I hope this made sense. Again, I'm not a reviewer by any means. I'm terrible at these sorts of things. I just get all like my thoughts and opinions kind of like jumbled up. But yeah, tell me down below in the comments your opinions on the games. I know a lot of you guys have really enjoyed these games, and like I did enjoy playing it too. I didn't like have a terrible time, and there are lots of adorable Pokemon that we have certainly gotten from these that I will be very excited to see in future games. Other than that, I hope you all guys are doing well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!